It's Chris and Ron.
It's Chris and Ron. Hi.
How is everybody? We're going to be talking about video marketing today, marketing today. We're going to jumpstart your Saturday. So strap on tight, everybody, and tell your friends there will be a replay. We've got a bonus today. If you stay till the very end, we're going to give away a freebie. How's that sound?
That is awesome. A freebie.
And it's going to help your business go live in 7 days. So that's a little hint for everybody.
Go live in 7 days. Is that an easy thing to do, Ron?
It is. It's really just having a structure. So we take it. We don't worry about this. It's just one of those things where if you get started, you create motion, and once you have motion, you have momentum, and we find that people are ready to go live in 5 days. That's just for everybody to know.
Because there's a certain fear involved in this.
Of course, because we all have imposter syndrome. Well, not all of us. Chris doesn't.
No, I don't.
I don't.
You don't.
And you know why?
Why?
Because we've gone live 200 times.
At least.
Of course. So everything that could have possibly gone wrong,
we
already have a plan.
We've already done it. We've already done it. Going live will certainly jumpstart your business. Now, if you're afraid to even think about that, it's like, oh, what if I look bad? What if I suck? I mean, that's what people say to themselves.
And I'm going to tell you straight out, people do suck the first time. I'm holding up my hand.
Oh, yeah, you should see. I got to dig out my first live video.
But it's actually endearing because nobody actually sees your first couple streams until you get some momentum going.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they'll catch you about the 7th stream, and you're already pretty cool.
Yeah.
So your true believers, after they start getting some of your value, they'll go back, and it's endearing to them and gives them encouragement to know that
yeah, gotcha.
that we all start from the same place. But the whole secret is to get started. Chris is worried about my StreamYard. And if it's a problem, I'm just going to cut and paste Chris's link into all my lives. Not to worry. These things happen. I had props fall down 2 minutes before a live event about 2 years ago during the pandemic, and I just put on my biggest smile, and I just went live at 12 o'clock noon, which I was going to do, and it turned out great.
Well, okay, so. What's the first thing if someone says, you know, I need more customers, I need more business, I need people to see who I am and what I do. What's the first step?
The first step is to figure out how you solve people's problems. And I'm going to break that down very quickly for you. Let's talk about the 4 C's. Your communication needs to be clean, clear, consistent, and awesome content.
Right.
4 C's.
Right.
So what is it that you do? What problem do you solve? Who do you solve it for? If you spend half an hour sitting down and writing that out, you'll find that you may solve the same problem as some other people, but you've got a unique twist on it, or you just serve chiropractors, or you just serve vegans. If you have a natural food restaurant, you want to talk about organic produce. Am I correct, Chris?
That's correct.
You know, if you're talking to newborn parents, you want to give away a PDF on how to get your baby to sleep through the night.
Oh, yeah.
People will stay to the end of the stream for
that. Yeah, they will. So, especially if they don't know how.
So what we do is we ask people to do that. If you have any problems doing that, we give you half an hour free, and we'll get you started. If you want to work with us after that, completely your choice. We're not here today to sell you anything.
No, this is not a sell thing. This is a start to do it thing.
This is a serve thing. This is a value-added proposition that Chris and I do every so often, just to be on top of our games. So let's talk about live content for a second, Chris.
Live content should provide value. It should solve a pain point, solve a problem.
Exactly. And we introduced ourselves very quickly. It's not important who we are.
No, it isn't.
It's important what we do. We get you started.
Yeah.
Right? And we've already done that. We've already given you some energy, and we've shown you how to create a little bit of momentum. So what would we do next, Chris?
Well, We get set up. We get well, you've determined how, if you know who your audience is, just say you pick up your phone.
Let's start with your phone.
Your phone.
If you've got an Android, if you've got an iPhone,
A phone.
if you've got a Samsung, you have enough to get started.
That's
The
all.
audio is good. The video is good. This is the equivalent of a $20,000 TV camera 30 years ago.
Right.
So don't feel that you have to spend $10,000 like my buddy did, leaving him no money to pay his rent the second
He really did
month. He
that?
really did that. God bless him. I love
What
him.
kind of equipment did he buy for 10 grand?
Oh, he's got the Uber microphone that I'm looking for the auction on eBay any day now.
Wow.
But I've gotten to that point. But I can broadcast from the house. I can broadcast from the yard. I'm broadcasting from one of the 4 stream sites at my work location right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that we would recommend after you go live on Facebook, in order to go live on LinkedIn, like we're doing right now, you're going to need an extra tool like StreamYard.
StreamYard is awesome.
StreamYard's awesome. There are 3 or 4 others that are awesome. Ask Google. Don't be afraid to look for a coupon code.
Coupon codes are great. You can use StreamYard like Ron and I are both using. There's also Restream, which I have used, and it's not bad. There's something called OBS, which is a bit techy to set up. Whatever's easiest for you. Facebook is easy, from like Ron said.
Right.
You pick up your phone and you use the phone, and because you have a Facebook page, even your personal page would be fine.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
In fact, there was a time where people suggested setting up a business page, but they don't get reach. Facebook wants to charge you for every click for everybody to see that. So more and more people are going live on their personal page.
And you know what? That tends to get more engagement.
I agree. I agree completely. And not that I haven't given Facebook money in the past.
I've done it.
But I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan.
How many?
The truth comes out.
How many rocket ships does the man need? I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
So then we have to figure out.
Is that why we're going to space?
He's been out of space for a long time,
kidding.
Chris. If he wasn't married, he wouldn't be able to walk the streets.
Anyway.
There's some fire for you right now.
Chris and Ron Comedy Hour.
We're coming in hot.
Film at 11.
We're coming in hot. So you know what you do, you know what you saw. So you need to create something called a lead magnet, which we talked about earlier.
Yes, lead magnet. You need one of those.
Now, back in the day, Chris, when we were kids, what would the car dealership give someone to get in the door?
Some kind of free thing.
A keychain.
Yeah,
some ruler.
It would have the name of the car dealership.
Of course it would.
And everybody wanted one of those, whatever they had. Oh, it's free because the word free. It's free.
My buddy sold vacuums, high-end vacuums, Kirby vacuum cleaners.
Ooh, I remember those.
$2,000 a piece back in the day. Door to door. Honest to goodness.
How did he even get in the door with that kind of?
Here's a free cookbook, Mrs. Johnson. And because he knew that Mrs. Johnson was going to convince Mr. Johnson at the time and now Mrs. Johnson buys her own vacuum cleaners. Thank you very much.
Sure. Yeah.
But back in the day, people would talk to the husbands when they walked in the car dealerships, not the wives.
I can tell you a story.
Let's save that for the end if we have time, because we're valuing everybody's time.
Because I worked at a time.
It's great stories. Back in the day, if an insurance agent, this is my day job. If I walked into someone's kitchen, I would talk to the husband about the business, and I would talk to the wife about the emotions. I would say,
exactly right.
What would happen to your family if your husband had a heart attack? And I don't do that because I find it cheesy.
Oh, of course it is.
But back in the day, that's how people were marketed to. So, but we can still do it in an ethical way. What is it that your customer needs to solve, and what emotions do you want them to have? And this is going to tie us into the customer journey that we want them to be on.
Correct.
Because if we can plot out their customer journey, and Chris and I do this for businesses every day of the week. It's our favorite thing to do.
Yes, it's like a plan. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to end up? And then we'll tell you how to get there.
Absolutely. We want to get people to make that click. We want to get people to give us their email. We want people to come in through the door if we've got a physical location.
Correct.
And then we want to wow them right out of the gate.
Wow.
Right. Here's an appetizer you didn't even order because we recognize you're a new customer. Or how would you like a drink? No. How about if we go 2 for 1 for you? Right out of the gate. Now, the restaurant is not going to lose money on 2 for 1 drinks because if people buy 2 drinks, they might buy more.
Yeah.
And they've had that experience. They might buy dessert or they might come back next week. They've created a customer for $2 worth of alcohol.
Right.
Pretty cool stuff, right?
I love it.
So, but that's we're not even asking anyone to buy. We're just being nice people. We're giving something away, some little thing. That's a lead magnet. So let's talk about Zuckerberg without talking about Zuckerberg. The metaverse.
We could talk about Jack Dorsey on Twitter.
He created a couple $1 trillion worth of value by accident. He got lucky. Twitter was going out of business in 2016. Nobody would buy them. And then all of a sudden, some rogue politician decided to get everybody angry on both sides of the aisle.
No, that's what happened. That's what Twitter is.
And Twitter blew up.
Well, Twitter, speaking of marketing, okay, I have about 6 different Twitter accounts. I don't do politics.
Good.
I do Chris Jones meeting. In fact, we're live on it right now.
Fantastic.
So we're live on it right now. But I also have like 3 other Twitters. One is for a radio station I have.
Nice.
Which broadcast every 10 minutes. There's a song update for it. It tells you what's playing, all that stuff.
Nice.
And there's another one I have for a health. I have a health Twitter.
Fantastic.
Bo Knows Health. So it's good marketing. And you can go. Well, let's get into. I don't want to get too distracted.
That's branding. We're gonna circle back to branding, Chris, because branding is important.
Of course it is. Yeah.
And it should be across everything we do. We should be consistent. Chris is known for his bow ties. I'm known for my ponytail.
Yes, you are.
Or raccoon tails.
Actually, the promo picture doesn't have you in a ponytail. It has that hair all over the place. I used to look in 1977.
But my core audience is women, and women love the long hair. Well, my clients do it.
Well, I don't have that difficulty.
But so I'm not.
Well, it's not a difficulty.
It can be more of a challenge with men with less hair, Chris. I'll be honest with you. But they're not my core audience. I'll take the business, but I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to female business owners, and their problems and their child care and and taking care of business. Chris is drinking Earl Grey tea right now.
Tea. Oh, Captain Picard on Star Trek. Tea, Earl Grey hot. It's very good. Ron makes good tea. Ron makes good tea, brother. And no, this is not liquor. Okay.
So it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Chris.
Yeah.
But let's circle back. Let's circle back to the metaverse for just a second. You might have noticed the last couple of years, people are hanging out online a little bit more, aren't they?
Well, it's because of the pandemic, and I have to say something about the pandemic.
Non-political, please.
Oh, it won't be political.
Great.
I don't do political on social media. I don't even do it off social media very much. Because it just pisses people off.
My color is green, Chris. It's not red or blue.
No, I'm in the middle as well. Where was I?
Okay, you were talking about going online.
Oh yeah, the pandemic. I mean, I was doing fairly well before. Pandemic hit. All of a sudden, I can't visit clients. I can't go anywhere.
Right.
And all of a sudden, and we knew it was around, but it got much more prevalent. All the Zoom and the Google Meets and the Microsoft Teams and all of that sort of thing. All of a sudden, bang, my networking blew up. I met this guy,
right?
For one thing, part of that. And I just got business from it. I mean, the pandemic was actually good to me. It wasn't good for a lot of people.
Right.
And I have to acknowledge that it just sucked. There's that word again. For a lot of people. But I have to say it's enabled us to communicate in a much better way. And one of those ways to communicate is video. Of course, you can turn the camera off and just do audio, but
which is interesting, but that's not what we're doing today.
But this isn't Clubhouse, and it's not LinkedIn audio.
Not yet. We'll talk about that in another session.
That's another thing.
Yeah. So Chris, tell me.
Yeah.
Now you're on a Zoom with a bunch of people. How how do you get remembered on a Zoom with a lot of people?
Well, you have to brand yourself.
Branding, super important. Again,
On video and branding go together.
absolutely.
So the bow tie, for me, the bow nose, it's right on my screen here.
Right.
The bow nose, and if I don't wear a bow tie, they're like asking, if I walk in someplace without the bow tie, hey, Bo, where's your bow tie? That's the first thing I hear.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it. So today we're against a brick wall, but you can take a picture. You can create a picture on Canva, something about your business,
Yes.
something you want people to remember. I've got a mural upstairs that says hope and abundance.
Yes, I've seen it.
Every single person who is on a live with me
Mhm.
mentions it. Why would I not use that?
Oh, it's like Ron is the abundance guy or something. Whatever they say.
Well, it speaks to everything that I do in life. I'm all about serving and making sure that everybody else benefits. What did we say earlier, Chris? If I can't save you more money than you spend with me, don't work with me.
Right.
So if we can't get you 10 customers for a reasonable amount of money, don't use us. That's not usually a problem. So, but here we go. So to be remembered on a Zoom, we need to brand ourselves, but we also need to actually listen and pay attention to what people are saying.
Oh, all of it, yes.
And message them in the chat.
Oh, yes.
And write down their name, and then ask them to connect on social.
How many network groups are you with?
Probably 6 at this point, but I'm upset with one of them. We'll talk about that after the broadcast.
Yes.
But that's okay, because you have to try different network groups.
Yes, I've done that myself. I'm in 3 or 4 now that I regularly go to,
and you evaluate.
I'm looking. It doesn't all necessarily have to be in the Capital District area.
No.
I mean, I'm in on a Wednesday. Example. It's something called Winning on Wednesday.
Nice.
It's based in New York City.
Yep.
And it's run by a guy named Juan Vides. I probably tag him at some point. But there's regularly 75 people on that Zoom or more. He had a record high of 85, and the whole thing is breakout rooms.
Exactly.
4, 5, 6 people, and you all talk to each other. Sometimes it's duplicated, but that's okay. Generally, you meet a lot of nice people. I made some good connections, and working on some business. So.
But you see, and then again, you have to be strategic. In my New York City group, I'm recruiting employees from New York City. So I'm not talking about living benefits, life insurance as something they should buy.
Right.
I'm talking about it as something they should sell so that they can actually retire one day.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
For my London group, they want to know about my market. Because I'm blessed. People come up to me all the time and go, I know you. Like Chris goes, where's the bow tie? It's like, I know you. And it's like, where do I know you from? And I'm like saying to myself, is it LinkedIn? It could be. Did I marry you? I've done that.
No.
I've done that in a previous life. Oh, sure.
I
provided safe, affordable housing for lower middle class people for 15 years.
Yeah.
Did I rent an apartment to you? Big smile. It's all. But people you want to be remembered, and this is one of those secrets, Chris. You can like me, you can dislike me. You are going to remember me.
You will, and if you never notice, when I'm brought alive from home, you got that black and green checkered background all the time.
Right.
Plus the bow tie. And I also have a computer screen that says the bow nose. If you're going to be on video, on camera, something to remember you by, something to remember your business by. So if you pick up the phone and you go live, just a quick example, you punch up Facebook, and you don't even have to really name it or label it. You just put go live and you start talking. And you don't say, hi, my name is in the beginning.
Exactly.
You want to address a pain point. Do you need a sweater? Do you need to stay warm this winter?
Do you need more customers for your business?
Does your business suck? Why do I keep saying that?
Well, because everyone
relates to it.
Entrepreneurship, it's hard, people.
Oh, it sure is.
We are 2022. This is what everybody is doing in 2022, which is very interesting. We're all being vulnerable.
Yes.
We're all. I'll talk about my events business being cut off at the knees in March 2020, and people will identify with that. So I had to do something else, and I was lucky. I have a marketing background.
Yeah.
I have connections. I was offered opportunity after opportunity after opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But what this all happened from was going one to many, and then going one to a few, and then getting people offline. Remember, we talked earlier, you message someone in a Zoom. I like what you said there. You friend them on Facebook. You ask them to connect on LinkedIn, and then you wait a day. I mean, you try to date here. You're not asking someone to go to the prom on the day that you meet them in a networking group, hopefully, because we call that pitch slapping.
Oh, I know. There's a guy. I won't say his name. Obviously, he's trying to get me to. He wants to market my podcast.
Sure.
And he connected with me, and within 5 minutes or less.
Right.
Hi, I can help you with your podcast. He calls me sir. When I guess
well, that's nice. Isn't that nice? We're old.
So I didn't ghost him.
Yeah.
What I said was, look, you're not doing this right. You need to get to know me a little better first.
Right.
I'll be inclined to maybe do business with you.
Sure.
Then he wants me to, I don't know.
Ignore.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Ignore those three dots. You want to make real connections, unless your goal is to just go after as many people as possible and play it as a numbers game. Yeah. That's kind of spammy. We're going to recommend against that.
Oh, don't do that.
Okay, so because we've gone at it in a slow dating. We've asked someone for a cup of coffee. Maybe we've got a half-hour phone call, 15-minute Zoom with them set up. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Then you listen. You ask them what they're doing. You ask them where the pain point in their business is. They'll get around to asking you what you do, but honor them for those 10 or 20.
Make it about them.
Always make it about them, because if I know your pain point, I can solve your problem.
That's exactly right. The first thing you say on a video, for your business, is you relate to the customer. You have to know your target customer, who you're after, who you're looking to potentially do business with. But the basic thing is you want to solve their problem, and if you make it about solving their problem, you're going to win. And if you give a few things away, give a little advice, you can give so much. At some point, they'll be inclined to maybe do business with you. If not, they know somebody, or they will in the future. Something like that.
Towards the end of the 15 minutes, you say these words. That was amazing. And I've learned a little bit about your business. And what I'd like to do is set a follow-up. In the meantime, would you like to follow me on LinkedIn? Would you like my email? Would you like to get my newsletter? I want to be of value to you even when we're not meeting. Wow. Would that be all right?
Golden nugget of information.
Who is going to say no?
Nobody.
Absolutely.
Ron, that's a golden nugget. I'll call that a golden nugget. That's good stuff.
I have a feeling that'll be in the preview, but that's okay. Now,
soundbite. You got a soundbite.
It's all about serving. If you solve people, but here's the thing. In the second conversation, have a note from the first conversation. Keep notes on people in your files, whether you make a folder on your iMac or on your tablet, on your phone, however you do it. I go old school. I use yellow legal pads. I love them. And then the second conversation, you said this in the first conversation, and you thought this was your problem, but I was giving it some thought.
Yeah.
And in order for that to be your problem, this is going wrong and this is going wrong. Why don't we talk about that? And you blow people's minds.
All is about them. And I see this everywhere, and I do it myself. Every video I make is with the customer in mind. Example, I did a video recently, and it was about, and I played two different parts. I played a fisherman. I had a fishing pole in my hand, and I hadn't shaved in like 2 weeks.
Oh, sure.
2 weeks.
Vacation mode.
Yeah, vacation mode, but I was a business owner.
Nice.
But I didn't know anything about marketing, and I had a flip phone. So I couldn't go live on a flip phone.
Yeah.
And I did a whole video on it. And what I'm doing there is relating to a potential business owner who knows how to run his business and has it, all that way, but is horrible at marketing. He's just not a marketer. So, and my video addresses those people, the people that need the help. Actually.
Chris, I had a customer yesterday, and I said to her, I said, when are we going to go live? And she's like, oh, I can't go live. I said, when are we going to sit down and write copy and let me go live for your business? Because somebody has to do it. If it's not you, maybe it's your teenage kids. If your audience is TikTokers, why not use your kids? The most viewed videos, animals and babies.
Oh yeah.
People love the animals and the babies.
But not
that is a nice chin.
But not the card. I know. I'm trying to get trying to get another angle here.
We'll see how that ends.
But this is live.
So I want to circle back for just a second because we talked about this earlier.
Okay.
Now you've got a great product or a great service.
Sure.
Because you wouldn't be in business, you wouldn't have the passion, you wouldn't have taken the opportunity to do this. But you got kneecapped somewhere along the way, or you're afraid to spend money because things are tight. There's always a reason you're off center. So you're sitting down with a customer. You can't ever let a customer see you sweat.
No, never.
One of the favorite things that I get all the time, you're so laid back. You know so much. You're so helpful. Well, you're always giving value.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. If you do business with me, fantastic. If you don't do business with us, fantastic, because you never know. Someone could be going through a divorce, right? Or they're having a bad day. That it's not about you all the time. Or they're afraid to tell you they don't have the money. I see that all the time. Sometimes if someone said, if it actually is honest enough and
they don't have a budget
and tells me they don't have a budget, it's like, well, the retainer on this is $1,000. So if we broke it up, $250, $250, $250, $250 for you over the next month, would that work for you? And half the time they say yes. You've listened to them. Mm-hmm. You gave them some value.
Yeah.
We've got such amazing tools right now. Square sends out the reminder for me. I don't have to done
7 days. Let's talk about
with what we're giving away. You want to talk about what we're giving away, Chris?
Yeah, we're about 28 minutes into this.
Oh, we've had a lot of fun though. So
yes.
So let's talk about the freebie.
What's the freebie?
The freebie is the number 7 days to live.now.site. Let me see if I can type that in.
Let me just say it again. 7 days to live.now.site.
Yep, I'm just typing right now. So talk. Well, can you talk for a second?
7 days to live.now.site. And what that really means is go to that site now, and you can go and you'll be 7 days to live, really.
And we're telling everybody right now, we opened it up this morning. It's only going to be open for 7 days. This is for the action takers out there. Mm-hmm. And on 7 days to live, we are teaching you how to go live in 7 days. It's free, a freebie. There'll be opportunities. There will be a call to action here or there if you want us to do it for you. Mm-hmm. We don't have to do it for you. That's what we've been telling you all day.
This whole thing is if you're scared, if you're fearful of going live. It's one thing to record a video and then edit it and you can make yourself look good. But going live is authentic. Authenticity is what your customers will relate to. Because if you go live, people will say, geez, I never want to do that. That's just scary. And subliminally, they may not say it or think it, but subliminally, I think they'll know it. And then they'll say, hey, but if you're talking about a pain point that your customer has at the same time, all of that emotion in your customer will drive them or potentially motivate them to see you, come see you.
Absolutely. And everything has to be actionable. When I book an hour with you, if you've got a subconscious issue going on where you're afraid, if you're concerned, we talk about that for the first 20 minutes. We help you visualize what the end goal is, which is to get your customers in your door. And the step before that is to have them see you on social media.
Right.
The step before that is to figure out your why and your who. We have all the steps for you. It's all on our free website, our free giveaway.
7 days to live.
.now.site.
.now.sit. 7 days. It's seven. The number seven.
Yeah.
DAYS. I'll just spell it right out. 7 DAYSTOLIVE .SITE. Oh, I get it.
That's it.
Wait a minute. Is it .now?
No, that's it. Or if you want to get a hold of Chris Jones Media on LinkedIn, follow him, friend him. I am Coach Ronald Hunt on LinkedIn.
Ronald Hunt. Yeah.
I'm a fun follow. I drop value 5 days a week. It is rare to see me actually selling something.
He posts more than I do, actually. Every day, sometimes twice a day. Ron is posting.
And social media. We'll talk to you very gently about this. It's okay to start Tuesdays at 9 o'clock if you do it every Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
Well, speaking of that, Ron, speaking of Tuesdays, isn't Tuesday one of the best days to post?
Tuesdays and Thursdays on LinkedIn. Absolutely.
Oh, exactly right. You don't want to do it Mondays it's like everybody's doing this. I gotta catch up. Crazy.
You do different posts on Mondays. On Mondays, Monday motivation posts. I've been known to do them. Hey, here we are. We're going to do it. Go crush the week in some sort of fun way with some branding and no selling, because no one wants to be sold. On Monday, we're putting out flyers. And
oh yeah, that's exactly right.
And on Friday afternoon, we're looking to get out of the office.
Well, Friday morning is sometimes a good time.
I think Friday morning is not a bad time at all, because again, it depends on your target market.
Sure does.
And this is our niche. We sit down with small business owners because we are small business owners.
Correct.
We want to help you become a mid-sized business owner.
That's exactly right. Video will do that. Video will do that.
Every single time. I can't tell you how much.
More than 80% of internet traffic is video. And people that run clubhouse rooms will argue that, but I think people scroll by on their phones, and if they see a compelling video, they'll stop. They see a text post, they're very less likely to stop. They are. And if it's a video, it better have captions.
In fact, there's certain platforms you have to have video. Instagram, for my female business owners. I have to have if I don't have
Instagram is about imagery.
Yes.
Images.
But it's about both. You still need to message with your imagery and your work.
Exactly right. But it's how you present them and the vivid pictures. Instagram is about that. And what about TikTok?
I'm on TikTok.
Are you?
I am. I have people follow me. I've got a couple potential employees who are younger.
On TikTok.
On TikTok.
Very nice.
And I get to teach them ethical sales and marketing. And it does my heart a ton of good to be able to actually help somebody along their way. Nobody is taught in high school or college how to be an ethical salesperson.
Well, that is another whole subject we could do a podcast on.
Sure.
What is taught in school and what isn't that should be.
I ask me for my YouTube playlist called Adulting. Which is all the skills that you should have learned before the age of 18, but maybe did not.
Yeah, but you can recite to the last digit the value of pi.
But
3.14165.
But I will tell you right now, this is one of my lead magnets. When I meet business owners, when I meet salespeople, would you like my sales channel on YouTube? Would you like my playlist? Would you like my playlist on meditation? Because some people are way too stressed out, Chris. Would you like my channel?
This is all on your YouTube channel?
I've got 22 different playlists. On my Pinterest boards, I've got 42 different
Pinterest. Let's talk about that.
Just for a second, because we're up against it and we don't want to wear people.
I know, but we're on a roll, we're into marketing.
But if you're selling something and you're not selling it on Etsy and Pinterest, you're losing out.
Etsy.
Because you will end up getting 30% more for the same item that Amazon and eBay sell.
Wow.
Because you're skewing to a higher audience. It's sort of like the Target versus Walmart crowd. Where
different.
Target, you're going in there to be. It's the same stuff. It's almost all made in China. We all know that. but it's a little bit of a prettier store. Target is going after women. Walmart's going after the lowest price.
Yeah.
So, but it's worked for both of them, hasn't it?
Well, there's
So-
two different clientele there. I mean, we shop at Target more than Walmart.
Okay.
So either way, but every store, speaking of, every store has their niche, right?
Right.
And you need your niche, and you can do it with video.
And let us help you refine your niche. Because if you think that you're going after all men or all women, that's awesome later on. But let's go after all women who drive Volkswagens first.
Volkswagens.
Or, well, electric Volkswagens. I mean, this is how narrow that you can actually
You can
go.
actually,
You
yes.
can, 2 years ago during the pandemic, I taught women how to stop their hot flashes during menopause. That was a pretty niche audience.
I guess so.
And I talked to women on 6 different continents, and that was an honor,
Wow, cool.
right?
No, not. I guess.
But, right, but after that, if I can take the people who attended that, and I can start talking to them about health and meditation and diet. But I'm not going to talk to women as a guy about all those things if I haven't solved their problem first.
Right.
So don't be afraid to test different niches,
Niches.
and we will give you 10 to choose from, because one might work better than the other. So we double down on that one, and we put a little less money in the other bucket.
Isn't this guy a marketer? Isn't he cool?
We love. This is my favorite thing in the whole world. I love.
Ron, I'm gonna come down to Schenectady here again, and I think at some point, and we'll do this again another time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye for now because I have to give Chris the tour of my office.
Oh, I have to see that.
And if anyone else wants to tour the office,
I drove 50 miles in a snowstorm to see
just DM me, guys.
this. Hey, it's been great.
You can reach us on LinkedIn. That's always the best way.
It
Thank
is.
you, everybody. That was so much fun.
It's been my pleasure. It's been Ron's pleasure, and we'll talk to you soon.